I did a couple. I tell you, this happens for me every occasion I do this. I cleared a couple things, and I feel this is a big part of this retreat. We call it activation. I feel my sacrum kind of pulsing. The sacrum, there's a big, they call this the tree of life because it's the tree of life. There's the tree. The nervous system looks like a tree. And down here is a big root. And the root has all these branches that go down. Well, when I clear a couple things, for me, my sacrum right now, everyone check in with their sacral area. We call this the sacred muscle. Why? Because it's a big muscle down here. Most people have no reference of it. They're not comfortable with it. It's like taboo on this planet to even talk about it. So for me right now, I feel it kind of going like this. It's kind of pulsing. It's going in, and then it's going out. See if you notice that. The key is rest. You got to be in still point to really feel it. Hold still point and then check in with it. Just take a look at it. Anybody feel it pulse a little bit? It kind of goes in, and then stops, and then it goes out. This is proven science. This is what proves doctors understand this. They call it the cerebral spinal fluid rhythm. This muscle pumps cerebral spinal fluid. It moves the sacrum. It moves the cerebral spinal fluid. It goes up, and then it goes down. If you don't feel it, here's what I want you to do. It's called the PC muscle, or I call sacred muscle. It's the muscles you use to go to the restroom, right at the perineum, at the base. Very gently, if you don't feel anything, squeeze it. So it goes in. And then relax, let go, so it goes out. And then squeeze a little bit, very gently. Taoists talk about this. They say squeeze it, hold it like it's an egg. Very gently. And then as you squeeze it all the way in again, this go round as it comes out, just stop right in the space in between the in and the out. It goes in and there's a space in between. Stop right there and hold it. Just like you hold still point. Anybody feel that? I can tell people feel it because I hear sighs everywhere. When you sigh, when you breathe, that's your still point response. That's your body saying, got it, I'm in neutrality. When you stop breathing and when you contract, that's your body saying, you're in thinking again. Anybody feel that? Nice? Doesn't that feel nice? For me, when I tap into this, it's like there is tons of neutral energy reserve in your body. It's like the tree. The tree has tons of energy in its roots and in its limb. Well, as soon as I tap this into that neutral space, to me, it's like energy starts coursing up. See if you can feel. We call this activation. Energy. Anyone can do this. If you're new here, this is easy. I have people first day they feel this. It's not some fancy practice you need to go and do for thousands of years to figure out. Squeeze, again, if you're not sure, squeeze in and then relax out. And then squeeze in again and then drop it right in the space in between. As soon as in that space, energy starts flowing. And what does that energy do? That energy comes up the spine, comes up to the glands in the brain. Wow, isn't that sweet? Anybody have that feeling of energy coming up the spine, up to the glands, into what we call the ambrosia process? I usually suggest sitting when doing this. Yet standing feels pretty good too. I hope I don't fall over though. This is every day when I do this. I just walked you through a process that covers 3 or 4 little things. First thing we welcomed things. Then we dropped into still point. Then we opened up the quantum field. Then we activated energy up along the spine. And that energy bathes, nourishes, opens up the glands in the brain. The amrita, the nectar, the ambrosia. And that ambrosia, from my perspective, when you rest into this ambrosia, which is what's happening for me right now, there's like this subtle essence flowering, opening up here, and it opens up what yogis call the lotus. They call the lotus, or the flowering. Every tradition, you study every tradition, and they talk about consciousness. Universal consciousness is a large lotus. Some say it's in the heart, some say it's in the top of the crown. To me, it doesn't matter where it is. It's a state of consciousness. And what I want to suggest this weekend, because usually I focus at each event, at each seminar, we kind of unload something a little bit new. And normally at our seminars, I talk about dropping into still point. And at our advanced seminars, I usually talk about being in the quantum field. This week, and I want to talk about being in the lotus body. To me, those are different states that you can live in. You could be in the body. You could be in the energy around the body. You can dissolve. It's like at different places in the universe, you have different body. On planet Earth, you have this body. It's like scuba. You go underwater, you get scuba gear. So you can be underwater. Well, for us to be on planet Earth, we need body. This is our faculty for being here on planet Earth. Yet we're not the body. Or else there'd be no religions. There's a reason everyone has religion on planet Earth. Independently, they've come up with this neat thing called religion. Because every human that's been here has discovered this truth. That we are not the body. And to me, that process is a process. First, we navigate body, we learn to navigate body, and then we say, well, we're not body, we're quantum field. Quantum field is our body in the universe, in the star system, in the galaxy. At a certain point, we dissolve the quantum field into the lotus, which is our body into consciousness. That makes sense. And this process is a navigation system. This process to me is simultaneously a process of how I interface and interact with people on this planet. And it's also a process for how I navigate every day to make sure I'm not being localized as the body. I came to this planet, the biggest problem I see on this planet, which to me didn't work, I didn't like it, was being the body and being shut off from everything else in the universe. I didn't like it because it's not true. I said, whoa, that's not my experience. And so I started doing a lot of things to figure out, well, how do we unravel that to get us back to that experience of who we truly are? In that crystallization of that process we just did was each of the different steps of the still point process. And if you, by the end of this weekend, we're going to focus in a little bit more on each one and how you can use your perception to work with it. Because that's the key. It's not about me. It's not about, oh, gee, here, this great experience. It's about being able to leave here, whether it's with one. I've had people leave our seminars and say, I got one of those things. I really got it. And I said, good, build that. The beauty of this process is that each of these steps leads to the next one. You don't need a teacher. You don't need a book. It's like the flower. The flower comes out of the earth. Does it need some other flower to tell it what to do? No. It comes out, it pops its head out, and it says sun. And it goes moving to the sun. Petals open, flowering happens, the essence, the fragrance, all built into that expression. Human is no different. To me, there is only one key piece, which we're back to the key. One key piece. Like the flower needs the sunlight, the human, from my perspective, needs the essence. Whether you call it neutrality, whether you call it prana, whether you call it chi, whether you call it universal energy, whether you call it spirit, doesn't matter what name. To the true adept, it's like the water. Everyone has different language for water on planet Earth. Yet anyone who's thirsty, if you tasted it and you want it and you try it, that's the water. No one's arguing, no agua, no water, no this, no that. You get it. If you've experienced it, when you experience energy of the universe, you don't argue about whether someone comes to me and says prana. I said, oh yeah, prana, I love prana. Or chi, it doesn't matter to me what name. When you've experienced this essence, it's undeniable. Whatever name you want to give it. So to me, I use neutrality. Keep it, forget the name. The key is Do we every day, every moment, have a way to access that and invite it into our lives? Why is that important? Because this essence is the thread that weaves every single thing in the universe. From stars, to galaxies, to space, to rocks, to stones, to stars, to cells, to thoughts, to emotions. Every single thing is woven from this essence. And from my perspective, the solutions to all these things is very simple. Oh, welcome. You see, the key to welcoming things is to be in neutrality. If you're welcoming it from a place of judgment or from thinking, well, that essence isn't really going to unwind. Only works when you welcome it from neutrality, because what you're really welcoming, you're not welcoming the thought. You're not welcoming the emotion. You're really welcoming the essence that's inside. You're saying to that situation, yeah, aloha, welcome. And that thing spins, and what is there is there.